What is normal at 3 p.m., but terrifying at 3 a.m.? Digging a hole. Look, if given the choice of digging a hole at 3 p.m., when it's 90 degrees Fahrenheit outside and I'm going to get sunburned despite wearing a hat and 70 SPF, or digging a hole at 3 a.m., I'll just go with creeping out the neighbors instead. Tornado siren test. Guaranteed it's not a test at 3 a.m. I moved to the Midwest 5 years ago and didn't know about tornado sirens. The first time I heard it I thought there was a prison outbreak. I was searching for prisons near me. Having had to flee my home at 2 a.m. due to wildfires, I'd say heavy traffic. Pretty sure that's terrifying any time of day. A kid's toy going off in a random room. My mother once told me that when I was a baby, she woke up during a thunderstorm to one of my toys going, "Let's play a game." So, you woke up to the sound of your mother smashing your toys with a baseball bat, didn't you? Dog standing at the top of the stairs and barking at something on the main floor. Especially when you don't have a dog. Are you kidding? Free dog. Best night ever. A phone call from parents/relatives, etc. My mom called me at 2:42 a.m. the other night. I woke up to her call and dreaded the worst as I answered. She couldn't remember her password to get into her Facebook. The sound of a branch breaking when you're outside. Ah yes, when you're out in the woods burying something and a branch breaks. Someone knocking on the door. We used to live in a second-floor apartment of a house that was divided into 2 apartments. We shared the front door and entryway. In the middle of the night some started frantically ringing our doorbell. The house had a full front porch so there was no way for us to see who was ringing it without going down, so we waited a bit hoping the downstairs neighbors would deal with it. When they didn't we assumed they weren't home and it had to be an emergency of some kind, so my spouse went down to look. It was my neighbor, making out with some guy who wasn't her husband, against the doorbell. Children playing outside. The sound of an ice cream van. No thank you. House sounds. During the day if the house creaks or whatever, who cares? If it's night, holy fuck, demon in the darkness. First I read this as horse sounds and I really started wondering if a horse neighing in the middle of the night would be scary. Would be for me. The fuck is a horse doing here? Looking in your bathroom mirror. I've decided I either have to look right in the mirror or close my eyes when I pass it, no in between. If I just walk past the mirror but notice it in my peripheral, I'm convinced I'll see a shadowy figure move out of the corner of my eye and die of panic. Every once in a while I swear I catch my reflection moving differently and that's the end of my night. I once saw a little kid's birthday party at a park super late at night, like almost midnight. I didn't understand WTF and for some reason the nope level was really high, like my brain said this is some creepy shit, they are gonna eat you for the birthday cake, so I just kept on moving. Whispers. I'm coming for you, is just a funny prank from your relatives at 3 p.m., but 3 a.m. Bed-shitting material. Taking out the bins. This is when procrastinating is okay. Going to the bathroom to piss. I don't know, dreaming about peeing that never ends. It's a sign. Those automatic air freshener sprays. Yes. I got the shit scared out of me by a PSSD from the pitch-black living room in the middle of the night. It was trying to whisper to you that you smelled bad and was doing the house a solid by freshening the air. You should have thanked it. Your neighbor saying hi. Pretty nice out today, eh? STFU Jeffrey, go to sleep. If you live in a rural area, gunshots. If I hear them at 3 p.m., it's just someone practicing or hunting. 3 a.m.? What the hell are they shooting a gun for at 3 a.m.? If the rural we're talking about is farmland, I'm gonna assume my next door neighbors are axing a particularly unlucky raccoon at 3 a.m. Anything else? I refuse to think too deeply on it. The goddamn cat deciding it's playtime. Nah, that's normal at 3 a.m. too. Neighbor using a chainsaw. I live in Texas, 3 a.m. is the only time of day it is cool enough to do yard work. A school bus going slowly down the street. Lol, at one point when I was younger, my parents convinced me that there was a headless bus driver. He was always early, and you were always late. If you missed the bus, he would come back and take your head at the end of the school day. The last part was a joke, they had me flipped out for a bit there. I made sure that I never missed the bus in the morning ever again. Listening to ghost stories. Funeral procession. This is absolutely terrifying. In Israel, it's pretty common to have funerals at night. For religious reasons, we try to bury the dead as fast as possible. Often there is a place to hear eulogies before going to the cemetery. That's not so bad, unless you are at the cemetery. Burying someone in the middle of the night is the scariest thing ever because of course there isn't so much light in a cemetery. School buses. Just sitting there in the dark. Creepy. It seems like anything school-related feels wrong when seen without any daylight. Motion detection on a home camera. That freaks me until I get the nerve to look at it and realize it's a bug crawling over it. Taking a walk in the woods alone. I love walking in the woods in the middle of the night. Creepiest moment of my life was riding my bike through the woods in rural Germany at night. Was late getting home and riding I see a man dressed totally in black kilometers from any houses holding a bag big enough to stuff a body in. He just says a bend and goes on his way. My best guess is he was hunting illegally but who knows. Seeing the sun in the sky. Alaska's got it real rough then. Someone saying your name. There's a legend in South America that says if you hear your name called by a woman between 12 and 3 a.m. it's a spirit haunting you. The farthest you hear your name the closer the spirit is and if you reply it will take you. The fact that I have to get up at 5 a.m. The horror is even worse when you wake up after what seems like an hour and the clock says it's 5 minutes to wake up time. Your dog barking like crazy. Or a quiet growl while looking at the closet. Getting a call from a random number. The pile of clothes in my room. The day I finished my scuba certification, I got home absolutely exhausted and hung my wetsuit in the shower. Ordered some hot wings, put on a scary movie, The Descent. You know, the one with the streamlined smooth humanoids that eat people in the dark. Crawl into bed and pass out. At like 3 a.m. I get up to take a piss. I don't bother turning on the light. Halfway through the process, I look over to see a smooth human silhouette looming over me. Great, now Terry's piss on the ceiling. The door opening. My girl works overnights and last winter I wake up to my door unlocking, so I go and investigate. She wears a massive parka in the winter so as a shadow, no lights on, I see someone walking into my home shoulders about 4 feet wide. She got home 5 hours early, I was freaked out pretty good. My wife is a night shift nurse, and sometimes gets sent home early because they don't need her. True horror is waking up to the garage door opening at 3 a.m. lol. Feeling like something jumped on the bed. At 3 p.m. my door is open, might be my cat. At 3 a.m., might be my sleep paralysis monster Terry. Terry is very off-putting. Dude, that has happened in the middle of the night and I assume I locked my cat in my room so I get up to let her out but she was never actually in my room and I still haven't figured out what's happening. Nuns. Holy shit, 3 a.m. nuns shouldn't even exist. For real, I feel like they should disappear like school teachers do after the day is done. A text from your parents or partner that says can you give me a call? I loathe that anxiety-inducing message. It's a message of doom. My mother likes to send me texts saying hey, give me a call as soon as you can and the topic of conversation is that she wants to talk about differences in sour cream brands, and wants recommendations for a good brand to buy because she's making baked potatoes and is out of sour cream. They always told us as kids never to look outside while it was dark. I guess if that happens and we see a spirit it will rearrange our face. Never seen it happen before lol. Never looked outside at dark time either. Looking out the window. It's never the wind. For more videos, like and subscribe.